Hello, and welcome to a Low Scale Gaming Podcast special episode. In this episode, we will be discussing heavy spoilers for Avengers Endgame. So if you haven't seen the movie and do not want it spoiled for you, please go ahead and stop the episode now. We appreciate any support you give us. Now let's get into the podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Low Scale Gaming Podcast special episode for Avengers Endgame. Probably the best Marvel movie they've released besides the Just Hulk movie in 2003. I'm your host, Ghostland Minus,
Okay,
and as always,
You take that back.
I'm surprised you got all the way through that sentence without laughing.
and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Infinity Mage. How y'all doing? How did you enjoy the 2003 classic Hulk?
I feel personally attacked by that.
Didn't even come out in 2003. I was just throwing down a date.
It sounds right.
The Incredible Hulk?
No, it was called
the
The Hulk. It did come out in 2003. Wow, I'm sad that I actually got that right. Oof.
Man, I barely even remember that one.
It was absolutely a classic.
Was that the one? Is it supposed to be part of canon?
No, that the one that's part of canon's the 2009 movie, The Incredible Hulk, I believe, or is it 2000?
It's 2000. No, I don't. It's not 2011. Surely not.
No, it's 2008, I guess.
Oh yeah, okay. Because 2008 Iron Man came out. I guess Hulk came out the same year.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I knew it was the second one. I knew it came after Iron Man. But...
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into the Avengers Endgame. Great movie. I wasn't expecting it to be
right off the bat.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Again with the hot takes, like it's a great movie.
You didn't what? You didn't like it?
No, I'm being facetious.
Oh, I honestly think sitting through the first two acts, I was just like, why does this need to be 3 hours long? I was just like I was honestly getting mad sitting there because I honestly wanted to get on my phone, but that third act hit, and it completely changed my viewpoint on that movie.
So where are you putting your axe at? Because your brain thinks like that, and mine just thinks of it as one big long.
Okay,
movie.
so the first act is from the beginning up until the Ant-Man shows up. Or no. The first act is from the beginning until they get the time machine stuff like fixed and stuff, right? Okay. Act 2 is the going into the past kind of thing, Back to the Future stuff. And then Act 3 is whenever Captain America says Avengers Assemble.
The actual fight.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
What he said, Avengers Assemble. It's just like it's all I've ever wanted.
I know. Oh my! I think that's the best is to start with the end with this one. Whenever I absolutely completely dislike Captain America as a character, as movies. I didn't like him until until every one of them Avengers showed up, and he was just like, Avengers Assemble. And it just the music started it hit, and I literally had tears in my eyes. Like
crying like a baby.
It was just so amazing that 11 years of just movies after movies like finally like paid off to like some big battle scene with literally everybody. And it was so good.
Except Black Widow.
Except Black Widow and Vision.
Yeah, and Loki.
Yeah. Which I'm really surprised that Loki didn't come back. I guess Loki really is dead.
Like, I didn't think about it till after it was over, but then it was like, we never saw Loki, like, at all. Like,
you see
Loki one time and it's in the back, the blast to the past. When,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, you seen him. Well, he died in Infinity
Yeah,
War.
everybody just thought that was just like a spoof or something like that. That he didn't
Yeah.
actually die or something like that. But
Oh
I
no,
don't
he
know,
straight
but
up like you heard his freaking throat crack in that movie.
yeah.
Like it was like, oh, it's a bad death.
So I cried 3 times in this movie. It was all in Act 3. It was whenever everyone started fighting, and it was just a great moment. Whenever Spider-Man and Tony Stark like met back up, and Tony Stark just gave him a hug. He's like, oh, this is nice. Like I was bawling like a baby. And then
You know,
whenever Iron Man died.
yeah, that was so sad.
The,
it
the,
All the
was so
original
well
Avengers are
done.
done. They're all done,
yeah,
except for I guess Thor, because I guess Thor joined Guardians of the Galaxy.
I guess so. But
He's going to be on Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay, are we just like jumping into the middle of random
we
stuff?
were
'Cause
we were talking about Act 3 first, and then we'll go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just talking about. It's sad that all the Avengers are like the original Avengers are like done.
Yeah,
It'd be kind of cool to see where they go from here.
it'd be cool to see like the 5-year gap of like Ronin, and
Yeah, if they decide to,
like
I
that
think it
would
would be
probably
really
be like a
fun.
good TV show. Would be that one, because
Yeah,
Disney
it's like-
needs more TV shows for their streaming platform that comes out in November.
yeah.
But-
I think it'd be really fun to see a movie with Captain America returning the Infinity Stones where they got them.
Yeah,
It's like a reverse heist comedy.
Well, because I mean, it took his entire life to do it, so I mean, they have
No.
plenty of time.
No, it didn't. What it took was that he took all the things back, and then he went back to the
He stayed with Agent Carter.
1940s so he could stay with his lady.
Yeah, he stayed with Agent Carter.
Yeah, he didn't.
So
It didn't
so
take
did he
him all
just-
his life to do it. He just went back on by his own choice.
Well, yeah, he went and did it, but then he just lived his life.
Yeah,
Yeah, in like the 1970s or something. I don't know.
I wonder
It
how
was
that would.
sometime.
It was.
I wonder how that changed history. So it's really weird how they did their history, like their time machine loophole kind of things, that it didn't change anything. I don't really
Yeah,
like
I
it
think
that
they were saying-
much.
I think they were saying it was like alternate universes now. They just made a bunch of different universes, and they tried to minimize it by returning the Infinity Stones from when they got them.
So do you think they're
Like
gonna
Loki
pull
escaping
a?
is now like Loki escaping altered history in that timeline.
Yeah.
But
Do you think they're gonna try to pull like an alternate universe kind of thing with like Earth? Was it Earth 22? Is that what it is? Where like everyone's like evil heroes and everything like that.
I don't know. It's very possible. Like I mean, there's the thing. It's like they did so much stuff that they could literally do with everything.
They did a lot of stuff, but they also left the door like wide open.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They left it because you can almost do anything you want now. Like you can do a whole Loki art where Loki actually becomes a good guy before Ragnarok or something. Or you could do one where he's like straight up evil, and never even helps Thor out in Ragnarok.
Yeah. Well,
Or
let's go ahead and jump back to the very beginning of it.
we can actually get a decent Hulk movie. Like
Hey now. That Incredible Hulk movie was a pretty good movie. You're just a hater.
I didn't like it. I wanted to say I hated it, but I didn't.
I didn't
it.
like Game of Thrones last night, so everyone has their opinion.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be tomorrow's episode. Is that? Anyways, all right. Let's go ahead and jump back to the very beginning. We have the opening scene. We figure out what Hawkeye's been up to. He's sitting there. He's being a family man. He's got.
Okay, so pause. I forgot about this. I missed the first part of it because I didn't realize I had bought tickets for a different theater.
What?
Well, because
oh, dude, hey, what?
So like I was trying to find a time that we could go to watch this that fit within our daily schedule. You know what I mean? So I thought I had bought tickets for the theater that we normally go to. So, we get there like 5 minutes before because you picked out your own seat. So I didn't have to fight for a seat.
Yeah.
So we just strolled in and went to go scan my phone and say, "Hey, Kay, we're ready. Here we go." And she said, "This is the wrong theater." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And like, "This is for a Cinemark movie theater." And I was like, "Yeah, that's where we are." She said, "No, you're at something else. The other one you're looking for is across town." And I said,
Nice.
I cussed out loud.
Nice.
So by the time we got across town and got in and sat down, that Tony Stark was in the spaceship talking to his helmet, recording his thing.
Okay, so you just missed the very beginning.
Okay,
You didn't miss. Okay, you didn't miss
missed,
really anything.
You missed,
You
like
missed
the update on how the world is going, and
did he?
Yeah, because there was. Well, it's
okay. All right, let's go. Okay, let's just. Do you mind us talking about the first 10,
oh no,
15?
that's why I asked. I just kind of filled in.
That's
you're
fine.
like, "Did you even watch that movie?" And it's like, yes. But...
No, okay, that's fine. All right, so the very first thing is we get an update on what's been going on with Hawkeye. He's been being a family man on his farm. He's teaching his daughter how to shoot an arrow and everything. And of course, she gets a bullseye right off the bat. And she's going to go get the arrow, and that's right when the snap happens. So Clint has his back turned to her. He's like yelling at his wife to like, don't put mayo on a hot dog. First off, who puts mayo on a hot dog anyways? I agree with that kid. And he looks back and his daughter's gone, and all you can really you could barely make out the Thanos snap dust particles blowing in the air. And so while he's looking for his daughter, his wife and his other two kids also get snapped, and he doesn't see them. He just sees them vanish. So he doesn't know what's going on at all. He didn't even see them like turn to dust or anything. They were gone. They were already like dusted away. And I don't know about you, but I completely understand why he started turning into like a mercenary, a anti-hero.
Yeah, it's real sad. It was real sad.
Yeah.
Although I will say the Hawkeye, when we got to see him, and he like had all I could think of was the CW Green Arrow, and it's like, you have failed this city.
You got that vibe. I was getting Punisher vibes.
Yeah, that's it's the same thing. Like Green Arrow was like that in the beginning of the TV show.
I never seen that one. I heard that one is good.
They made the way they made him was like Green Arrow would like actually like kill the bad guys and everything else.
Yeah.
And that was it was exactly what Hawkeye was doing.
Dude, Hawkeye was brutal. So after that, we get an update on how the Earth's doing. It's been a 5 years gap since everything happened. The world is not doing good. Everyone. I mean, they're pushing forward. That's what you have to do in a situation like that. But Captain America is leading a counseling group, talking about what to do, how to like keep pushing forward and all that sort of Captain America stuff. I don't know if you noticed it, but the person that the person that was talking about going on a date with another male, that was one of the Russo brothers.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
It's kind of like Captain America is from the 40s. So to see him like so open-minded about that stuff, yeah. I mean, I get it. He's Captain America, but it's also like, man, he was like super free.
Like, he was super okay with all this that people in the 40s would not be okay with.
Yeah, people in the 40s were like, burn those people alive, kind of thing. Right.
But that also fits for like Captain America being
Captain America. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He's for all Americans.
He's for everybody. We get like an update
he's
from.
Like he's the campiness of Superman without any of the awesome powers.
Yeah, but Superman's a bad hero. So we jump into we could get to an update with like what's going on with like the Avengers now. From what I'm assuming is Black Widow City is like doing the Black or not Black Widow Black Widow is taking like the Nick Fury position with leading like I guess the leftover Shield or whatever it's called now. Uh, she gets some updates from what is it? Rocket. Who was Rocket with? Uh, Rocket was with Nebula, right?
Yeah.
Well, Rocket Nebula was with Tony Stark.
No, that's right. That's right. It was.
Are you
Oh
talking about
no,
when they
that's
go-
right.
when
I jumped too far ahead. I jumped too far ahead. Before the
Are you
5-year
talking about when they
gap.
go back to the Infinity Stones?
What?
Are you talking about when they go get the Infinity
No,
Stones?
I jumped too far ahead. I already jumped too far ahead. So before they do the 5-year gap thing, and before they, wow, I jumped way far. I skipped like a whole like 15, 30 minutes of the movie. So that now we jump into Tony Stark and Nebula flying around in their broken up spaceship. Tony Stark's recording his like last message to Pepper and everything, and they're just like, "Oh hey, we're about to die. Here comes Captain Marvel." I was legit mad that Captain Marvel was the one that came and saved him.
I kind of felt like because when Nebula put Tony Stark onto the chair,
Yeah,
I thought that she was going to do some kind of self-sacrifice thing in order to get the ship going.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
And then it was just like,
I wouldn't think that of Nebula. I was expecting Rocket to come save them because Rocket made the ship, so Rocket would have a beacon to like, you know what I mean?
well, nothing in the ship worked.
That's true,
So,
but I was
that's why
expecting
I
Rocket to save him.
Nebula was going to fix the ship using like her body or something.
Yeah,
Because she's like half robot, pretty much.
right. I was just really mad that Captain Marvel showed up. Like, it was just Deus Ex Machina Captain Marvel.
Yeah, because she's ridiculously overpowered.
I know she's ridiculously overpowered, but it just I didn't like it. It was I don't have anything wrong with Captain Marvel. Like she's a good character. I have an issue with her just being a Deus Ex Machina and not like a major fighter in the game in the movie until like Act 3, like halfway through Act 3. But
yeah, she just kind of disappeared and then just showed back up. It's like, oh hey, yeah, remember me? I'm still here, and
hey, I'm here.
Awesome.
I'm overpowered. Bye bye ship.
Well, I don't think it was. It was really more about like the original Avengers than it was about any of the other minor characters.
Okay, so now we're talking about Tony. Tony Stark's back. He gets to a big old fight with Captain America. Like, I don't trust you. Blah blah blah. You hurt my feelings. Blah blah blah. You wasn't there for my dance. Blah blah blah.
He's just upset.
Yeah.
I could have gone with that because it didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me.
It didn't make sense to me either. Like he was mad about
them losing, but Captain America like tried. It wasn't like Captain America wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And it also
it felt very forced.
Didn't know anything that they did back at home because he left. Like I don't know why he was.
Yeah, like it felt really forced. But
and also like after everything, he was already. Yeah, it was like a 5-year gap, but there was like nothing. Like it was never mentioned of him being upset again.
Right? Because anyways, so they go and find Thanos. He's on some other planet. He did another snap to destroy the Infinity Stones in our timeline or whatever timeline it was. And they're sitting there talking and whatever. Thor just decapitates Thanos, like just wrecks his face.
Yeah,
I like
that. Went for the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was super anticlimactic, but I knew where they were getting it. Like he was half dead because he used the gauntlet, and so are we just recapping the whole movie?
Yeah.
Is that what okay.
What we talked about.
Okay.
And then getting like our thoughts on it. All right, so then now we do the time gap. Every Captain America's leading the self-help group. Ant-Man shows up out of the quantum realm. He's just like, "Oh hey, It's only been like 5 hours. I don't even know how he actually got out of there. Was it because of that rat like walked over the thing?
Rat touched it or something like that.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
Is that literally? Because I thought he
No,
figured out a way how to get out of there.
The rat just pushed the button that was sitting on the dash of the van.
That's so dumb.
Whoever moved the van.
1 second. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, that was kind of. I was really hoping like.
Start over because I had to go for a second.
Ant-Man, like the only person I didn't want to disappear during the snap was Ant-Man's daughter Cassie.
Yeah, I'm really glad that didn't happen either.
And I was really hoping that she was the one that would save Ant-Man. Because it just makes more sense. She's looking for her dad or whatever.
Well, she thought he died in the snap. I mean, there's really no reason.
Well, yeah, but like she could have gone over to the van, like thinking, "Oh, here, this is where he was," and like played around with it or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like it would have made more sense than a rat crawling on the dashboard.
the rat on the dashboard made absolutely no sense. It made me really mad. But it is what it is. He gets out of there. He goes sees his daughter. He goes to the Avengers complex, whatever. It's like, hey, I've been here. It's been 5 hours. Let's figure this out. Let's do something. And then they go see Professor Hulk.
Okay, I hate that.
I didn't like that at all. It was so. It was cool to see that like he has control of the Hulk now, but it seemed useless.
Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. Because he never did anything like cool.
Whenever he was jumping around through the city, you know, whenever he is like, "Oh, arg, I'm angry," and like throws the bike, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
He didn't really do anything. It was
just Banner all green and stuff, and it's like
that's the whole.
I liked it. I know you guys don't like it. I thought it was comic relief. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but
where
it didn't like, need comic.
And they're with the kids. He's just like, Hulk out. It's so stupid, and I loved it.
Okay, but
I agree with you. It was comic relief, and it.
Go ahead.
It was funny, but for him to be like that the entire movie, I thought was stupid.
Yeah, it made no sense. Like I was really hoping like they'd see Thanos or whatever, and then like old Hulk would just be back. Like he'd be like, "I want round 2. Let's get these hands. Let's go." But
he pretty much killed his alternate personality. Like he just stole his alternate personality's body. Pretty much what Bruce Banner did.
Could you okay. So imagine Professor Hulk, right? Could you imagine Angry Banner? He's just like all scrawny and everything, and just mad as hell like the Hulk is.
But can't do anything.
Can't do anything. He goes and punches a wall. He hits a stud, and he just like shatters his hand.
So just like
that's a movie I would watch.
Right? Just like a regular person with anger issues.
Yeah, but like more. Like me and Conan on a 10-game losing streak in League of Legends, mad. God, that's a game I don't miss playing. So where are we at now? Professor Hulk, whatever. It was dumb. Then we go see Tony Stark. Oh wait, I got this flip flop. They go see Tony Stark first, don't they? Yeah, they do. So they go see Tony Stark, and he's got a kid now. Her name's Morgan 3000, and
it
was honestly that was like the most heartwarming part of the movie.
Yeah, it was pretty adorable.
I think
it'd be really neat to see like a futuristic Iron Man, where she is the Iron Man instead of.
We'll get to that. Did you stay after the credits?
Yeah, but there wasn't anything after the credits.
There was.
There was like the hammer sound. Yeah.
Yes, that was the Iron Man sound. We'll get to that.
So you.
No, it's not. It was literally. You sit there for 15 minutes of credits, and the ending thing is the Marvel logo, and it's 3 hammer hits.
Yeah, it's nothing.
There's no video. There's no anything.
Yeah, it's like a little teaser or something.
No, it's not even a teaser. There's no video of anything. It's a hammer hit 3 times. It's like the ringing of the bells kind of thing, trying to like mark the end of like this chapter.
Yeah. Like I can't. It's hard to say if it's a throwback to the first Iron Man movie, or if it's a.
I took it as a. I didn't take it as an Easter egg. I took it as this is Iron Man's final thing. Like this is his goodbye. Is these hammers hitting the thing? That's what I took it as.
Those credits were pretty awesome to look at, though.
They were
pretty
awesome to look at, but I really needed to pee.
I wasn't upset staying through the credits because I actually thought they were really cool. Also, speaking of the credits, Keira Knightley was in that movie for 30 minutes?
Was she really?
Or 30 seconds. And she got one of the big old credit sequences.
Did she really? I don't even remember that because I was sitting there talking to my brother about how cool this movie was.
Natalie Portman, not Keira Knightley. I'm dumb. Don't worry about
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. She was in it for a whole 30 seconds.
And she didn't even get like
credit sequence.
She didn't even get like major screen time either. She just got
she woke up from a bed and stood up. That's all she did.
Oh my
and she got a major credit appearance. Like they had like her face, the Natalie Portman thing.
What was she? Where was she?
In Thor's back in Asgard. Whenever Thor went back in time, because she had the ether.
Yeah. The reality stone.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so Rocket went to go get it out of her, and literally she was in there. She woke up from the bed and stood up, and Rocket, and it just zoomed in on Rocket. Yeah, and that's all you saw of Natalie Portman. And she got a major credit sequence.
You think she got a major you think she got a major payout for that too? For getting a
probably.
Oh my god.
You guys have to have me.
So you wrote yourself in a hole. What are you going to do without me?
Get an extra and just film the back of your head?
Man, that's awful. Anyway. Alright, so before we get back to the really time travel kind of thing. Where was we at? Tony Stark's being friendly towards them, which I found really weird when he basically told Captain America to go Earth himself, and then now they're like friendly. He's just like trying to figure out the time travel shenanigans thing, and I like the Back to the Future reference they made. That was nice. I like that. I love Back to the Future. So, Tony Stark tells him to Earth off, and he's like, "Oh, you can stay for lunch though. I'm still a good person. I'm a good person now." And of course they don't stay. Would you stay for lunch after like an awkward situation like that?
No.
I'd be like, I'd be over at Conan Jones' house. I'd be like, "Hey, I need help with this thing to bring everyone back to life. Okay, come help me out with it." And Conan would just be like, "No, go Earth yourself. But you can go stay for lunch." Okay? I was like, why would I stay for... I'd be more mad that you offered for me to stay for lunch than to throw me out.
All right.
All he said was, "No, I don't want to do this because I don't want to lose what I have."
Yeah.
Stay for lunch as long as we don't talk about this.
I know, but it's still... It was weird.
And then Tony Stark solves time travel while eating dinner.
Yeah, he's literally just sitting there. He was like, "I figured it out.
I got it. I solved it.
I solved it. Avengers assemble." It's okay. All right.
Wait a second.
So here we go. Act 2, time travel bungalow or bungalow, whatever. Here we go. We're going through time. They go back to Avengers, the first Avengers movie. They go back to Thor, the worst Thor movie, easily the worst MCU movie, Thor the Dark Side,
2.
and they go back to Guardians of the Galaxy. God, I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy was my favorite Marvel movie. So seeing them go through that again, especially seeing especially seeing Star Lord's whole dancing singing montage was really tugging at my heartstrings with it. Whenever he goes against the Power Stone.
Yeah, he's doing the dance moves and
Yeah.
stuff.
I
really love that they just showed him sing it without any of the.
Oh,
you can't hear the frog.
Yeah,
You just hear
and he
him
just
singing
sounds
it.
really bad and everything. That was awesome.
And Don Cheadle's just like, oh, so he's just an idiot.
But okay, how do y'all want to do this? Y'all want to do this just do each sort of thing as its own, or just go spot to spot with it?
What?
I'm confused what you're asking. So
all right, so we're just gonna go do Guardians of the Galaxy, do Thor 2, and then we skipped another good thing before we even went to go do the time travel stuff. We forgot to talk about the dude.
Oh, with Thor himself.
Yes.
The dude from The Big Lebowski.
That was another one of my probably favorite scenes in this movie, was seeing Fat Thor.
He's just so sad.
Would have been a good scene, but then there was no change of pace from that. That's what kind of irked me about that.
They doubled down on it, man.
I mean, you got to look at it though. He failed the universe. He's failed the universe multiple times, and this time his failure resulted in not only the lives of all of his loved ones, but literally the half of the population in the universe.
Yeah, no, his reaction is warranted, and it was a good scene, and it showed that he wasn't dealing with that failure in the most healthy of ways, just binging like a human and not like an Asgardian lord god. But after the call to action and things are happening, you know what I mean, he was still just Fat Thor.
I mean, they didn't have a montage of him exercising to get his weight back.
80 movie montage. Yeah.
But even during the fight scene, he was buff Thor.
I mean, he was still strong, but he was still fat. All this thunder power did was braid his beard.
Yeah. It didn't even wash his hair; it just braided his beard.
Oh,
yeah, literally, that's what it did.
He probably didn't shower after
he didn't have enough time to work it out.
Because after they picked up Thor, they just went straight to time travel stuff. He probably didn't shower. Could you imagine how just rank that little house smelled?
And they're just eating pizza and drinking beer.
Eating pizza and drinking beer.
And yelling at little kids on Fortnite.
My little brother marked out whenever the Fortnite came on the show or came on the screen. He's like, brother, Fortnite! I, like a dog in heat, yelling out Fortnite. I was just like, brother, it's not that important.
Yeah,
it's just Fortnite. But I forgot the characters' names that was with Thor. The Rock dude's hilarious.
Yeah,
I forgot his name
though.
It's
really funny.
It's cool. No, it's me. I thought it started with an M, but I guess I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But I just like how he talks, how he phrases things. It's so funny.
It's the very prim and proper kind of British way of talking,
but he still just seems like he's dumb.
Yeah.
But they're sitting there playing. I also like how Thor used Stormbreaker as a bottle opener.
Yeah.
That's a very Asgardian thing to do. Anyways, we get Fat Thor back. We go time traveling. Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll save that for last because there's a nice little twist with that one. They go back to New York in 2012, and they try getting the Tesseract, the Time Stone, and the what was the one in the rod? What's
The Mind
stone?
Stone.
The Mind Stone's in the rod. That's right. Okay.
Although it's blue in that rod, so it doesn't make
Right?
like I didn't realize that was the Mind Stone until like Age of Ultron.
I didn't either. I didn't really know that was. I did. I didn't. I don't know if it was. It was told
In
like
the
we were
rod?
expected to be the Mind Stone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the rod that Loki had on Avengers, the first one.
Okay, the staff.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
sorry.
staff that had the Mind Stone in it.
Okay.
That's why it was changing people's hearts and everything.
But the staff
Okay.
was blue, and the
But
Mind
the
Stone's
stone's
yellow.
purple, isn't it?
It's yellow.
The yellow.
The purple one's the Power Stone.
I thought the blue one was the Power Stone.
No, the blue one is the Space Stone. That's the Tesseract.
Oh, okay. You're right. You're right.
The Mind one is the yellow one. The Soul Stone's orange.
Yeah. So I know that one.
Reality Stone's red. And the Time Stone's green.
Okay. Yeah.
the
I
Stone
know
of
the
Power
Time
is
Stone
purple.
because Doctor Strange. All right.
Yeah, the
So
Stone of Power.
so they get the stones back. They do some weird like they mess with like reality kind of thing. They talk about Captain America's ass. I thought that was unwarranted. Like this part just felt like it kind of dragged on. This is the part of the movie where I was getting really I wasn't really interested in this part of the movie. It just it might be
Where they grab the Infinity Stones?
yeah. It just didn't. I hate time travel.
I didn't like Nebula's and War Machine's part in it, but I generally enjoyed everybody else's. Because I actually really liked the Captain America when they went back to the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I thought that one was pretty good. Because then you had like awesome scenes like Captain America looking at his butt and going like, "That is America's ass." I love it.
That part was really funny. Like I enjoyed that part myself.
And
Hulk taking
you had
the
some really
stairs.
good scenes from that first Avengers film
Yeah.
that they did. Like Hulk running up the stairs. Hulk hates stairs. It's so good.
Why didn't Hulk just jump down those stairs?
Dude, it doesn't matter. Plot. They have
I
to
know
have a
that,
reason
but
that
like,
they failed.
how would Hulk not in any world not either just jump out the window or just jump like down those flights of stairs?
I don't know. Anyway.
Anyways,
It didn't happen.
I didn't like this part. I don't know. It just wasn't me. The
That's
two
fine.
things.
Like Thor and Rockets was I thought it was good character development for Thor, but also felt it dragged on a little bit longer than necessary.
It could be that I also like hate Thor the dark side or whatever it is the dark world. Like that's such a useless movie. And
I don't even remember what the story was.
You know, all I know is it's about dark elves and the reality stone. That's all I could tell you about it. I don't remember the big bad dude. I don't remember how Loki died. I don't remember how anything else about it. But anyways, so Thor and Rocket are at 2000 was it 2014 or something like that, going back in time to Asgard. They get the reality stone. There's really no there's decent character development. Thor talks to his mom, and he that's when he gets his warrior spirit back or whatever, and they get the reality stone, and then they leave. That's literally the whole thing right there. There's two good parts about Act 2. Finding out that Nebula's like cyber mind is connected to wherever she's at. So
yeah,
so
I thought that
Thanos.
was just like I thought that was just BS.
I thought it was
Thanos.
nice. I thought that was a nice way of getting Thanos, like how to get to the Thanos fight, because we all knew the fight for Thanos was coming. We all knew it was coming, but I wasn't sure how they were gonna do it. Anyway,
I felt like it was shoehorned in there to make it happen. But I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't terrible. It was explained, but
it was explained well. It was.
I thought it was kind of a cop out. Honestly,
It's not like how like how the kind of cop out there is with like the very beginning of the movie with like Captain Marvel and everything. It's not nearly
I'll
as
give you
bad as
that.
that.
I'll give you that. It was a little bit more explained than Captain Marvel.
Just pop
Somehow
randomly
finding
showing
that
up.
one in the vastness of space.
Yeah, but
So.
but Nebula, like, it's not that she turned traitor. It's that her mind was like cyberly connected to whatever Thanos' network is, and it linked up to that. And Thanos gets the Thanos is Thanos, what is it? Thanos ends up stopping Nebula from going back to the future, and then he steals more of the whatchamacallit, the pin particles to be able to teleport to the future.
Yeah.
And then the best part of Act 2 is them getting the Soul Stone. Hawkeye and Black Widow getting the Soul Stone. You know, they have to go to Morgoth and sacrifice somebody that they love, and they both care for each other. It was really good character development here, showing that they both cared for each other throughout all the years that they're good platonic friends.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
And they have a good like spy versus spy fight. I honestly wasn't sure who was going to win this. I really wasn't.
It honestly could have really gone either way. Like,
because it was just kind of they were fighting to see who would die, and it's while it's
I didn't know who
notable,
would do it.
but
I
good.
I think I kind of thought it was going to be Black Widow, but like I really wasn't sure. I felt like Hawkeye deserved to go see his family, but
Yeah, but I'm glad Hawkeye. I was rooting for Hawkeye to stay alive because I like Hawkeye better than I like Black Widow. Just because he shoots a bow and arrow.
I just think he's cooler than Black Widow is.
Yeah. So they get the Soul Stone. Everyone gets all the stones together. They get it back. Nebula gets swapped out for her evil self. Stark builds an Iron Man glove of the Hulk for the Hulk to put on. I didn't know that was an Iron Man. I didn't know that was an Iron Man glove until until the ending. I really thought that was just not like a nanobite glove. I thought it was just like one that he special built with like vibranium or whatever so it could hold the stones, you know? Cuz they made a super big deal about the stones being put in that glove that was made with the forge of the burning star or whatever. I can't hear any of y'all if y'all are talking. Hang on. Is that better?
Yeah, did you mute us?
I can hear you. Can
No,
you hear
I
us?
didn't. I didn't mute. I couldn't hear y'all anyway. But I thought it was super weird that Tony just made a glove out of nanobites that could hold all 5 stones or all 6 stones.
Yeah, I was like, they had to make it out of a dying star in Infinity War, but
Yeah.
Tony Stark can just make it from whatever.
I thought that made no sense at all. That honestly, that was another part that made me mad.
Well, Tyrion was too busy filming Game of Thrones to
That's true.
stay on that planet.
He was too busy hiding in the crypts of Winterfell to
Yeah.
again. We'll get into that tomorrow, but we go back. Hulk puts on the glove, does the snap. Nothing really happens. I was honestly really confused by that. I wasn't sure if they were going to show everyone coming back or what was going to happen. But Thanos happened. It was like the snap summoned him.
How
And
did Ant-Man survive that? Because it looked like he was just, when he's like standing outside, he's just like, guys, it worked. And then just like that rocket came in and
right?
blew up.
Plot armor
And he
is how that.
survived. And I was just like, no way.
Plot
I was just
armor
like,
is how he
dead.
survived that.
It became real small. That's how it happened.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the Avengers
he's like a cockroach, man.
the Avengers compound gets smashed and destroyed, whatever. So the Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man are all fighting Thanos and just getting mollywopped, like just getting utterly destroyed by Thanos. Thanos has that really cool Mamra double-bladed sword from Thundercats. I thought it was awesome. Uh and I wasn't sure how they were gonna show it, but Thor's about to die, and then Mjolnir just gets thrown at Thanos, and Captain America's holding the damn hammer.
I loved that. That was like, I was all about that.
As I said earlier, I did not like Captain America, but man, that was a good moment, a good payoff that Captain America is worth. The reason why Captain America is so worthy to rule Asgard is because he wouldn't do it in the first place ever.
Yeah.
He's using that power to defend others, and he would give it up just in a moment once he got done saving everybody. So he's using his shield and the hammer in some interesting ways. Like he like ricocheted the shield, or he ricocheted the hammer off the shield to hit Thanos in the back. I was honestly just like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good tactical move. Uh but eventually Thanos gets the best of him, and he's about to Thanos summons his whole army. He gives a good speech about people aren't grateful for what they give, and the only way to restart to truly give everyone balance is to restart it with nothing. Which makes sense. I'll give him that. And his whole army shows up. Everybody, the children of Thanos, Ebony Maw's back for like a little bit. He actually gets some good screen time this time, or some good fighting at least, and not just getting torn up by a cape. And you see the three Avengers like get assembled with each other, and then all of these Doctor Strange portals start opening up. And I was just like, oh my God, they're finally here. And you see everyone coming out. You see the armies of Wakanda coming out. You see the Ravengers come out. You see the Asgardians come out.
Came out to fight Thanos.
Everybody and their mom came out to fight Thanos. And it was
beautiful.
It was a culmination of 11 years of 22 or 21 movies before the 22nd one, of just everybody coming to fight Thanos to protect the universe. And Captain America's like, Avengers, assemble. And the music hits and they just start rushing. God, it was such a good scene. Hands down, my favorite scene in the movie is that whenever he says it and they just start running.
That was pretty freaking awesome though. Like,
oh, so
manly tears were shed.
Yes, like so it's a really good fight scene all throughout it. Like every sort of payoff you want, any sort of like B+ player in there is doing their part, and a bit like Spider-Man shows up and he's like doing his normal little kid Spider-Man thing, telling Stark what's going on and everything, and Stark's just like, I missed you, son. and he just gives him that nice father-son hug, and I started bawling for that one. Part of because I recently lost my father, but two, just the payoff of Tony Stark caring for Iron Man. It felt good seeing that.
It was a very powerful scene. Like,
I was all about it.
So
Great.
then, yeah. So Thanos is losing the fight. Whatever. He pulls the ultimate bad guy move. He's like, have everyone have the gun, have the ship start firing. He's Ebony Maw's. What about our soldiers? And he's like, you heard me, boy, or whatever he says. And starts just laying down the hellfire on him, and everyone's just getting wrecked from it. And in comes again, Deus Ex Machina, Captain Marvel.
That was a pretty cool scene, actually.
It was a cool scene, but she's only used twice in this movie. Or 3 times, excuse me. One to show she got a new haircut, and 2 for Deus Ex Machinas.
Well, this one wasn't a Deus Ex Machina because they literally summoned everybody, and she was just out in outer space, and she was on her way back.
I guess.
So she was going to be in it eventually.
I know that, but
she came in like a freaking comet and went right through the ship in the most badass way possible.
It was cool. Like, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't like her scenes were cool. It was just used in a poor way. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from.
So they're fighting for the glove again. Thanos, they get it away from Thanos, whatever.
Okay.
Or Spider-Man's zipping through the whole thing. What?
I hate to say it, but when all the women came out, all the women heroes.
Don't say it, because that was a good part. Don't say it.
I thought it was super cheesy. I was like, okay.
They were just checking that box. Like,
yeah, like that's kind of how I felt. I felt it was like, okay. And this may be because I watched Captain Marvel again the day right before. Yeah. And they had a lot of those moments in Captain Marvel where it's just like, I get it, women empowerment. And don't get me wrong, listeners, I'm for women empowerment. I just feel like when they do it in Hollywood, it's not because they actually want to empower women. It's because they want to check a box. And that's what I felt on this moment. It was just like, all right, sure.
I thought it was a good moment. Like, I was expecting it. Like, I was kind of expecting to do the women empowering thing. But you gotta admit, there's some pretty badass women in the Marvel Universe.
No, I agree. I just felt like that particular scene was cringy to me. And that's the only, and literally, I think that was the only cringy part in that entire movie. It was just like, all right.
It was cool seeing Pepper's rescue. It was cool seeing Valkyrie back. It was cool.
Yeah, but and they were doing stuff before that scene.
Yeah.
It's just that scene in particular where like they just all like,
you know, the only one that didn't make sense that was there was past version of Gamora. Why would she care about all these people when she doesn't know them at all?
Because she was a woman and she was part of that.
That's the only one that doesn't make sense why they were there. The also way if they would have made it really shoehorn in, if they would have had like a ghost of Black Widow like in the background too, you know,
randomly,
she's like a force ghost Black Widows in the background just.
Thanos is in the Dagobah system.
Yeah. Use the Force, Luke. Yeah. Use the Force, Spider-Man. Okay, all right. Anyway. So,
yeah.
So the crowning moment, like the end all be all of this movie, and the major plot point of it, Thanos gets the glove, and he's fighting Iron Man for it. And then Iron Man does the snap, or Thanos does the snap, and you hear him snap and everything, but nothing happens. So, what you didn't see is that since it was an Iron Man glove that he had on, Iron Man was able to transfer the nanobites from Thanos over to him. And
I just thought he straight up stole it. Like,
no, it was the nanobites. That's what
that's fine.
I
Like,
know.
it works out either way. I just thought he straight up stole it.
How can another thing? How can nanobite? I know we said it earlier, but how can nanobites move? Let alone hold the Infinity Stones. How do they move them so easy without
Well,
Thanos just like seeing it?
so the thing is they're not technically nanobots. They're regular robots that are shrunk with Pym particles.
No, they're not. They're nanobots. They're
No,
extended nano.
they're regular robots shrunk with Pym particles. That's how it was in the comics, and that's what
Okay. The comics is
that's the
different
Iron
than the
Man suit
movies.
that he made. That's the Iron Man suit he made in Infinity. But I mean, it's the same thing. Like, that's just how he made nano.
All right. Anyway, it's nanobots.
Yeah.
Anyways, and he's just like, I am Iron Man, and snaps away every Thanos' army and everybody else. And damn, that was a good scene. It fits. Main reason why it fits is because him saying "I am Iron Man" is a callback all the way back from the 2008 or 2007 classic Iron Man. Or was it
2008 was when it came out.
2008, excuse me, classic Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. Boy, that was a good scene. Him dying was bad.
And then he dies from using the Infinity Stones.
He's a human.
Yeah, he's a human. Everything just he won. So the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I do like how kind of like the closing of the chapter kind of thing with Pepper is just sitting there telling him like, "Hey, you can go. It's okay. We'll be all right." You know.
can rest now.
Yeah, you can rest now.
No, Tony.
Yeah, I was just
Tony,
like,
no.
damn, this is hitting me. This is hitting me hard.
Yeah, that's rough. Especially since like Robert Downey Jr. made that franchise.
Yeah, if there was anybody else's Iron Man, it would have flopped.
For real. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the Iron Man in the comics was a garbage character.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, he was a
like
really bad character.
No one liked him. I read a little bit. He was not fun to read or even like.
Because like Robert Downey Jr. brings his charisma and character, and it gives the character justice in life. In the comic books, you're reading Iron Man being a ass to everybody, and you're seeing it like, oh hey, this isn't really a good guy. He's more of an anti-hero. He's just doing this to just like have fun and not really saving people, but just doing it for fun. But you get the Iron Man in the movies has a purpose. He's doing it because he wants to save the world from his technology that he gave them to destroy the world. And then it just builds from there that yeah, he's a smart ass and he uses sarcasm all the time, but you always know deep down that Iron Man's a good person and he's gonna save people. And you don't know that in the comic books.
Yeah, character development.
Sorry. Well, Robert Downey Jr. also made a character very likable because he just wasn't likable in the comics. Like even some of the cooler stuff he did, like with Peter Parker when Peter Parker, because like there was like a small arc in the comics where Peter Parker works for Tony Stark for Stark Enterprises. And it's like the Iron Spider type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even in those, like he's just super douchey.
See, that's why after the Iron Man movie came out, that's why every like TV show they did or like animated movie they did with the Avengers all took after Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Iron Man. And it made it overall more likable. Like Marvel had some awful direct to DVD movies for like animated movies. Like they could not do animated movies. But they were okay. Like Robert Downey Jr. deserves an Oscar just because of like his character development of Iron Man. I feel, anyways.
I couldn't think of anyone else that could have done that.
No.
Like,
and you kind of also think about it. Like,
Will Ferrell.
No, please. Don't even entertain that idea.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne can play anybody.
He's doing everything else. He might as well.
I love The Rock. He needs to be on something. He's going to be.
He was supposed to be in Shazam. Remember?
Well, so
he was supposed to be
The
Black
Rock
Adam.
The Rock was a producer for Shazam, and because he's going to be Black Adam, right? But they're making a Black Adam movie instead. Because what I think the original vision that they were going to do with Shazam was have two bad guys.
Yeah.
And one and they kind of teased it in the movie. I don't know if you watched it at all.
No, I didn't.
It was pretty. I actually enjoyed it.
Rotten Tomatoes did.
Shazam's not even my favorite character, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. But they teased it a little bit in the movie.
Yeah.
But
who is the villain in Shazam?
What's his name? It's Dr.
Octavius?
No, it's Sylvanas, Dr. Sylvanas.
I have no idea who that is. Anyways, we're getting off topic and we're going an hour into this. Anyways.
I don't really know Captain Marvel that well. I just know Black Adam and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Or Shazam. Sorry.
All right,
Black
so
Adam
the last little bit of this movie is the funeral scene. And everyone's all sad. Nick Fury makes another cameo. That's so okay. While Nick Fury does deserve getting his own little thing, I really wanted to hear him say something.
Even like he didn't say anything to anyone.
He was just there just to get a check.
Yeah,
it bugged me. But and then they're talking about taking back the time the stones. Professor Hulk's there, looking just as dumb as possible. And Captain America takes back the stones, but then doesn't come back. Like, oh man, what did he do? Did something happen? Like, it's not expected that he's going to stay in the 1940s because it's what he's always wanted. And then you see old man Captain America just sitting there. First of all, how did well, I guess he still was a super soldier. Never mind. I was wondering how this old man carried this shield that looks pretty heavy, but I guess he's still a super soldier, so it makes sense. Anyways, he gives the shield to Falcon, and now Falcon's the new Captain America, which is nice. Falcon does become the Captain America after the whole the first Civil War. Is it the first Civil War where Captain America gets arrested and that's when Falcon becomes it, or is it after Captain America gets shot in the head?
What?
Do you remember whenever Falcon becomes Captain America in the comics?
It's okay. Yeah, Falcon becomes Captain America after. So Captain America gets shot in the head because
it is after that. It's Civil War.
Agent Carter's daughter is a Hydra sleeper agent.
Yeah,
and Captain America was dating Agent Carter's daughter, and she became Hydra because of some kind of code and shot Captain America in the head.
Yeah.
And then Falcon becomes Captain. Yeah. So
it's
after.
It's after. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's a nice comic book reference that he's the that Falcon's the new Captain America.
I hate Falcon. Straight up, he's the most useless Avenger.
He's not War Machine.
War Machine is at least pretty much Iron Man with more guns. You know what Falcon is? He's a pilot in a more dangerous suit.
He has a shield.
Some SMGs.
He can fly. You know who else can fly? The U.S. government. You know what else can fly and shoot guns? A drone.
Man, it seems like you hate Falcon more than you hate Samwell. Another spoiler.
Yeah,
for tomorrow.
actually, I do Falcon more than Samwell.
Wow, I didn't think I would hear those words. Anyways, again,
Falcon-
more on that
Falcon-
tomorrow.
I don't mind the actor that plays Falcon. I just think his character is completely.
Yeah, I agree with it, but it's
a guy in a jetpack. That's what he is.
It makes more sense for him to get it than it would be Bucky to get it.
Yeah, but Bucky has a badass arm.
Exactly. That's why it makes more sense for Falcon to get it than Bucky to get it. Because Bucky also becomes Captain America too in the comic books for a little bit.
I don't remember everything in the comics. I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get Bucky's a little bit more damaged than Falcon is mentally.
So that's the movie. We end on Captain America dancing to 1940s songs or whatever. It's a pretty good movie. What would you guys rate it on scales of 1 to 10?
It was pretty close to perfect. Like, as we start talking, there's more faults in it than I remember thinking about. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if I enjoyed Infinity War more, though.
I didn't really like Infinity War.
See, I loved Infinity War, but I think I loved Infinity War more because it was such an unexpected ending. Like,
see, I hate endings where the bad guy wins. That's why I don't like Empire Strikes Back.
They didn't. Dude, Empire Strikes Back is so good, but they didn't. Because they didn't say that there was going to be a part 2 till after Infinity War came out.
Right.
So like you're like, okay, it's Infinity War. This is what it's built up to.
This is it.
And then it's like, no, there's more to it. So it was kind of cool. So I don't know if I like it more than Infinity War.
So what do you say? 9 out of 10?
Yeah. 9 out of 10.
Conan Jones, what about you?
I'm probably sitting still also about a 9, just because the whole time stuff, I don't know. It was a little much for me, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. It's a comic book movie, and it's like,
yeah,
it's like they haven't really done anything with any of that outside of the Ant-Man movie, which, granted, that's where it was introduced. That's my thoughts.
I hate time travel as a plot device. That being said, I think it was done the absolute best I've ever seen time travel be used in a movie, comic book, TV show, any sort of thing. I honestly think this is the best they could have done it so far. This will be the new standard of time travel, is this. And I'll give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. It could use more Hulk from 2003, but it is what it is. But thank you guys very much for listening. Follow us on our social media. I don't have the list in front of me, but y'all know it if you listen. And remember, have a great day and have a better tomorrow.